Respected friends, welcome. Let us do our six efforts, attempts for meditation, various variety of Vedic chanting meditation, common sense thought meditation, mantrocharana meditation, Mangalacharana Shloka Sankalpa meditation, Upanishad Mantra Ucharana meditation, Upanishad Adhyana meditation. Shwethashwathara Upanishad, beautiful, 6 chapters. Sixth chapter we are in. Spent good time, but then in this journey of hours of trying to study this Upanishad with Bhashya, how many things we got exposed to, how many secrets are revealed to us. You know, even if we don't remember every one of them, no mind, but at least we have become aware about the presence of such a masterly guiding Upanishad. Life is ours, time is ours. Take it up, do one more attempt of studying it with added inner qualifications. We can see much more benefits with the study of this sublime Shastra. The Shastra Dhena's biggest advantage or benefit is what? The real goal is made to realize as the real goal. Otherwise, that which is not the goal cannot be the goal, should not be the goal, is taken as goal, and thus, with all efforts, even after achieving that goal, we have not achieved anything. So, that basic problem is solved, question is answered in the study of Upanishads. That's what beautifully happening to us. And really, congratulations for those who have made a habit of doing the Shravana and Adhyana and Manana of the Upanishads. One single advice, leave it not. Master all Upanishads with Bhashya. That's the goal. Everything else is not even secondary, not even required at all. May we enter into that zone and mood of our inner mind and conviction, and not for anyone, but for our own evolution and contentment and satisfaction. Let us involve in these study sadhanas and let us enjoy the reaching of the goal results. Friends, our all these attempts also include the invocation of Parabrahma Ishvara Jagannatha Devata Gana Guru Gana Shastra Gana, and so too our Vyaktitwas of Loka Sevaka Adi have to be mindfully, consciously developed within us, so that our presence certainly useful to the world, and we too are really fulfilling our presence in this body, in this world. Friends, Aruna Prashna Parayanam we started yesterday. 10 Anuvakas we saw. Further we will see in our first meditation of Veda Parayanam. 11th onwards. ॐ अथ वेदपारायणम् अरुणप्रश्नः एकादशोऽनुवाकादारभ्य ॐ ज्योतिषा प्रतीख्येन सह विश्वरूपाणि वासागंसि आदित्यानां निबोधत संवत्सरीणं कर्मफलम् वर्षाभिर्ददतागं सः अदुःखो दुःखचक्षुरिव तद्मापीत इव दृश्यते शीतेनाव्यथयन्निव रुरुदक्ष इव दृश्यते लादयते ज्वलतश्चैव शाम्यतश्चास्य चक्षुषी या वै प्रजा भृगश्यन्ते संवत्सरात्ता भृगश्यन्ते याः प्रतितिष्ठन्ते संवत्सरे ताः प्रतितिष्ठन्ते वर्षाभ्य इत्यर्थः अक्षिदुःखोत्थितस्यैव विप्रसन्ने कनेनिके आङ्ते चाद्गणं नास्ते भ्रुवोणां तन्निबोधत कनकाभानिं वासागंसे अहतानि निबोधत अन्नमश्नीतमृज्मीत अहं वो जीवनप्रदः एतावाचः प्रयुज्यन्ते शरद्यत्रोपदृश्यते अभिधून्वन्तो इव वातवन्तो मरुद्गणाः अमुतो जेतुमिषु मुखमिव सन्नद्धाः सह ददृशेह अपध्वस्तैर्वस्तिवर्णैरिव विशिखासः कपर्दिनः अक्रुद्धस्य योत्स्यमानस्य क्रुद्धस्येव लोहिनी हेमतश्चक्षुषी विद्यात् अक्ष्ण्योः क्षिपणोरिव दुर्भिक्षं देवलोकेशो मनूनामुदकं गृहे एतावाचः प्रवदन्ते हि वैद्युतो यान्ति शैशिरीः ता अग्निः पवमाना अन्वैक्षत इह जीविकामपरिपश्यन् तस्यैषा भवते इहेह वस्वतपसः मरुतः सूर्यत्वचः शर्म सप्रथा आवृणे अतिताम्राणि वासागंसि अष्टिवज्रिशतग्नि च विश्वे देवा विप्रहरन्ते अग्निजिह्वा असश्चत नैव देवो न मर्त्यः न राजा वरुणो विभुः नाग्निर्नेन्द्रो न पवमानः मातृः कचन विद्यते दिव्यस्यैका धनुरार्त्निः पृथिव्यामपराश्रिता तस्येन्द्रो वम्रिरूपेण धनुर्जामच्चिनत् स्वयं तदिन्द्रधनुः परित्यज्यम् अभ्रवर्णेषु चक्षते एतदेव संयोर्बार्हस्पत्यस्य एतद्रुद्रस्य धनुः रुद्रस्य त्वेव धनुरार्त्निः शिर उत्पिपेश स प्रवर्ग्यो भवत तस्माद्यः स प्रवर्ग्येण यज्ञेन यजते रुद्रस्य स शिरः प्रतिदधाति नैनगं रुद्र आरुको भवति य एवं वेद अत्योर्ध्वा अत्योर्ध्वाक्षोतिरश्चाद् शिशिरः प्रदृश्यते नैव रूपं न वासागंसे न चक्षुः प्रतिदृश्यते अन्योन्यन्तु न हिग्गस्रात् सतस्तद्देवलक्षणम् लोहितोक्ष्णिशारशीर्ष्णिः सूर्यस्योदयनं प्रति त्वं करोषिण्यञ्जलिकाम् त्वं करोषि निजानुकामेऽन्यञ्जलिका अमी वाचमुपासतामिति तस्मै सर्वऋतवो नमन्ते मर्यादाकरत्वात् प्रपुरोधाम ब्राह्मण आप्नोति य एवं वेद सकलु संवत्सर एतैः सेनानीभिः सह इन्द्राय सर्वान् कामान् अभिवहते सद्रप्सः तस्यैषा भवति अवद्रप्सो अगं सुमतिमतिष्ठत यानः कृष्णो दशभिः सहस्रैः आवर्तमिन्द्रश्च्याधमन्तम् उपस्नुहितं नृमणाम तद्रामिते एतयैवेन्द्रः सलावृक्त्या सह असुरान् परिवृश्चते पृथिव्यगं सुमति तामन्वस्थितः संवत्सरो दिवं च नैवं विदुषाचार्यान्ते वासिनौ अन्योन्यस्मै द्रुह्यातां यो द्रुह्यते भ्रश्यते स्वर्गाल्लोकात् इत्युतमण्डलानि सूर्यमण्डलान्याख्यायिकाः अत ऊर्ध्वगं स निर्वचनाः आरोगो भ्राजः पटरः पतङ्गः स्वर्णरो ज्योतिषीमान् विभासः ते अस्मै सर्वे दिवमातपन्ते ऊर्जं दुहाना अनपस्फुरन्त इति कश्यपोष्टमः स महामेरुं न जहाति तस्यैषा भवति यत्ते शिल्पं कश्यपरोचनावद इन्द्रियावत् पुष्कलं चित्रभानो यस्मिन् सूर्या अर्पिता सप्तसाकम् Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. What a beautiful mantras. Some Veda mantras describe the Prakriti, some describe the glory of Paramatma, some of them teach us the Karma Kanda, some of them teach us the Upasanas requirement, some of them teach us the Dharma, some mantras teach us the values, and some mantras indicate to us the truth, the reality, the substratum. Few mantras tell us about the qualifications, and some mantras guide us in the outer inner sadhanas. This is how the Veda mantras contain all these necessary guidances for a human being if he wants to spiritually evolve. Right, friends, after the first aspect of Veda Mantrocharana, the second one is our common sense thought. In our two common sense thoughts today, first one is very common, so much common that every one of us know it and every one of us should be remembering it every day, and lucky if we are allowing someone to remind us of them. And those things are that the most precious thing is time, the most precious thing is all our faculties and abilities. And they are never given to misuse them as a liability to ourselves, that we become day in and day out, day by day, fallen down or bound or devolve, opposite of evolution. They are never given in that way. Like anything in the world is not given to anyone to fall, to suffer. Anything given is only to rise and free from all the sufferings. So, if this is the case, and not only that, for higher and greater growths they are given. If this is the case, how much are we sensitive about it, sensible about it, aware about it, conscious about it? More than all of these words, how much we are careful about it, isn't it? That's what, that being careless about that is called the pramada, inadvertence. Being careless about them is called as expression of our laziness, etc. How much careful we are, how much responsible we are, how much conscious we are regarding these things. Kala and all other abilities, shaktis. How much precious, how much great they are. And all are given to us. When they are given, they are taken also. So before they are taken away from us, should we not make the best use of them? You know, like I am given a role of team leader. It will be taken away also. I am given a role of the group captain. It's given. It will be taken away also. So before it is taken away, should I not make best use of it? I am given a job in a company. Everything. I am given the post, various posts. In the domestic atmosphere, that great post of husband given, of parent given, of wife given. None of them are permanent. They go away. So before that, should we not make best use of them? In the same way, human life is given. In that the precious time is given. In that all abilities given. In that all opportunities given. Our paripakvata is in becoming aware of them. Our paripakvata is in what fun they are given, knowing it, and for what highest purpose in a bestest manner they can be used. These all indicate our paripakvata. And soliloquy, in the sense, every day I have to tell to myself these things. Ki I am given these things. They will be taken away also. They are oozing out moment by moment. They have to be used for the best of the purpose. And the best purpose is this. And for that, this way, it has to be planned, it has to be executed. You know, systematically we have to be regarding. Otherwise, what? Nobody in our life, it is we only we will later on feel regretted and guilty if you are sensitive. If you don't have even that sensitivity, instead of feeling guilty and regret, we feel arrogant also. We justify. But in either case, the best utilization of these things has not happened. We failed. Think about them. Gather ourselves fully from all the letting loose distractions which we ourselves have done. Pull ourselves from all of that. And from now onwards, from here onwards, only one goal and towards that goal in this path. Enough of myself inviting distractions. Enough of getting myself distracted by the uninvited distractions. They will keep coming from within and without. But no more I am unaware like earlier. No more I am unintelligent like earlier. No more I am careless like earlier. No more I am irresponsible like earlier. Now I am responsible, intelligent, careful, and aware that these things will come, but I am not going to yield to them. Once we enter into Adhyatmika Marg, it is not the flowery road that everything will. No. Same prarabdha, same problem, same things continue. What should change is our committed efforts towards the chosen goal. Isn't it? How long we can wait? Wait for what? Remember, whatever we have done so far in our life, if you look into, same things are millions of times done. And any type of bhojanadi bhoga or mitradi bhoga or ghumna ghamna wala. So any number of times it is done, it is like that only. Still valuing it is called delusion. Thinking that is it this much only is called as inquiry. It is very temporary, it is not so great. This is the understanding. Then what's that? The greater than the greatest. This is the seeking. Understanding that greater the greatest, trying to go for it is called searching. Isn't it? Like disturbed mind I enjoyed or suffered. Let me enjoy peaceful mind. Multiple directional mind I have gone through. Let me enjoy the concentrating mind. Impure mind of all passions, greeds, negative values I have gone through. Let me enjoy now the pure mind. The delusory mind I have gone through. Now let me enjoy the wise mind. The rudderless, goalless mind I lived so far. Let me live a mind with full goal and monitored by me. Let me enjoy. The devotionless mind I have gone through. Let me be a devoted, surrendered individual. Isn't it? How many ways we have lived life which were not called for or expected, or for which this human life was never given. This way, if you look into how many very essential things spiritual are pending in our life. Anything smaller than smallest to bigger than biggest. Like so many cinema gana I remembered, but not the stotrams. So many people I visited, invited, but not the saints and sages. So many places I traveled by pouring thousands, lakhs of rupees, but not to the pilgrim places. See that? So much of the time I have spent in collecting the information regarding the world through the newspaper, but I have not mastered the subject matter that's taught in the Bhakti Granthas, the Yoga Granthas, the Vedanta Granthas. तो कितना काम हमारा आध्यात्मिक दृष्टि से देखा जाए तो पेंडिंग है ना. So much money I collected, put it in bank, but how much of the nama japa I have collected and put it in bank? So much of trust I had in people. Some of them fulfilled it, some of them for various reasons have broken it. But have I trusted my Guru, my Lord? Think about it. Everything throughout the day, my mind is always Bahirmukha. At least now let it be Antarmukha. Hmm? So सबको जाना परमात्मा को नहीं जाना, सबको सब पाया परमात्मा को नहीं पाया, सब भोग भोगे परमात्मा का अनुभव नहीं पाया. So these things, who will tell me? How long anybody will tell me and I be careful? I am careless. है ना? The real Guru is inside us when, after listening from the Guru sufficiently, we tell to ourselves, to our own lower mind, etc., with the higher intellect. Isn't it? Still, how long we can be that way, irresponsible and careless? है ना? Are we not wise? Should we not be wise? Many things like that. Like, I please the world, but I am not pleasing my rishis and munis. I am pleasing my upadhis, but I am not pleasing the Lord. It's also an important thing, na? उपाधियों को खुश करते हो चौबीसों घंटे. Anything body wants, you give it. Anything senses want, we give. To please them, to propitiate them, to make them khush. But what the devatas, the gurus become khush with, have we ever thought? So in this way, how many pending things are there? है ना? What is that? No? कबीर का दोहा कहते हैं ना, पल में परलय होयगी, बहुरी करोगे कब. काल करे सो आज कर, आज करे सो अब. फल में परलय होएगी. In the moment the pralaya can happen, then all these pending things. Please remember, the world and worldliness can never stop by itself. We have to stop it. Slowly, gradually, steadily. From the fifth gear, suddenly don't come to neutral. Come to 4, 3, 2, 1, neutral. Then the other one, the spiritual journey will never start by itself. We have to make a start. And that also, suddenly don't put a 5 number gear. Slowly from the 0 to the 1 to the 2, 3, slowly increase the speed. Isn't it? And nobody can do it for us. And it has to be right now. Isn't it? So much delay already has been done. So, bato mein, so many things already shared in last 6-7 minutes. These many pending things that are there in our life. What punyas we are doing, what upasanas we are doing, what yogas we are doing, what pranayamas we are doing, what japadi we are doing. अरे इतना बिजी इसमें होना चाहिए. Like a worldly person, in earning the money, increasing the money, spending the money, he's totally into that. And that experience we have. We all are worldly only. Same zeal, same zest, but for Paramatma. तिमि रघुनाथ निरंतर प्रिय लागहु. अरे अब तक हमने गुरु के चरण पे ध्यान नहीं किया. भगवान के मुखड़े पे वी हैव नॉट डन द ध्यान. अब तक we never gave time to the Lord to sit with him and talk to him. We have not given the time to Lord. Lord is waiting. Some formality of 2 मिनट जप 3 मिनट पूजा ऐसा करके ऐसे भाग जाते हैं वहां से. That never available to the Lord to teach. Like Arjuna was never available to Krishna. देखो, Arjuna always needed wisdom. Krishna always had the wisdom. Krishna always had the willingness to give. Arjuna was never available. है ना? गुरु है, भगवान है. They are willing to help us, bless us, guide us. But if we don't recognize the need of it, and if we are not available, देखो, I am not available to Bhagavad Krupa, I am not available to Shastra Krupa, I am not available to Guru Krupa, and I am available to all that inner and outer nonsense, which is just going to bind me, just going to waste my whole life opportunity, isn't it? All this put together is what Krishna told Arjuna, Te buddhi yada moha kalilam tarishyati. I tell you from this second chapter, which we are studying from more than 400 days. So many things to be taken home, carried. One of the most important is this one. My buddhi is in the moha kalila. It has to free itself from that. Sign of it is nirvedam gantasi. Result of it is utilizing that buddhi for karma yoga antakarana shuddhi, sankhya yoga atma prapti. So it's precious, it's important. है ना? Slowly, steadily, keeping a time target, one by one unwanted things which we are involved in, let us take us away from them. And one by one required things, let us involve in. And the base for all of that is I have to grow spiritually. I have to discover the self. I have to fulfill my life. I have to make my gurus happy. I have to prove that these blessings, opportunities that are given to me, I deserve them. So these positive thoughts को हमेशा करते हुए entertain, उसी मूड में रहना. Little chance given to the vasanas, to the projecting mind, to the senses, to the body laziness, to any worldly people around. This positivity gets weakened, this negativity becomes strengthened. Then we are dragged outside. उसके लिए मौका नहीं देना. एक ही बात, मुझे परम तत्व को जानना है. सिर्फ उसी पे मैं लगा रहूं. इतना इस थॉट को we have to insist in ourselves that in the power of this thought and desire, all others should become nullified, neutralized. है ना? Like निद्रा के समय, I have to sleep. Thought is so dominant, predominant, that all other thoughts and activities are weakened. Then he enters into nidra. Every day is our experience. Overpowering thought of sleep. Up, sometime if you want to sleep, people are there chatting with you, talking to you. You say, यार अब हो गया अब बात की कल. मुझे इतनी नींद आ रही है that I cannot. Don't we say that sort of thing in us should happen? You know, that will happen after some months or years if we entertain and strengthen the thought from this very moment. Always develop that beautiful practice of visualizing both the negative, that if I continue my life like this, what will be my position after 5 years, 10 years? Outer prarabdha anyway it will have on the body. I become old, I become diseased, maybe bedridden, I will die. वो तो बकवास वो होता ही है. Other than that, what is the status of my mind? If I continue like this, being extroverted, being worldly, being attached to the things and beings, ऐसे ही रहूंगा तो 5 साल का मेरा क्या नौबत होगा? Who can help me? That's the meaning of सन्निहिते काले संप्राप्ते डुक्रुम करणे नहीं रक्ष. So to visualize the positive one. Always visualize the positive. Think about the positive goal. First visualize. Within next 5 years, I have to reach to that. If that goal is visualized, then the means also. And that means visualize in such a way that today I am doing these things, tomorrow I am doing this, day after I am doing. In this way, we have to start learning to command our day, command our all spiritual activities and involve in them. अब देखो इन दिस वर्ल्ड कोई कमांड करते हुए पॉलिटिशियन बनता है ना, एवरीबॉडी इज सरेंडर्स टू। कोई कमांड करके पुलिस ऑफिसर बनता है ना, एवरीबॉडी डज नमस्कार टू हिम। कोई कमांड करके गुंडा बनता है मानो, एवरीबॉडी इवन पुलिस वाले डरते हैं उससे। Say that so too we have to command ourselves to be a sadhaka fully, so much that there are no enemies anywhere outside. No, it is in my own mind. All those enemies should run away like when the lion wakes up and roars, all these small little animals run away from there. Use any example, any anecdote, any quotations, any of the visualizations, any of the thinkings. But the resultant outcome should be theoretically and practically. We are intensely engaged only in our spiritual practices and evolutions. बस मैं दुनिया के लिए नो मोर अवेलेबल, दुनिया अभी मेरे को फिलहाल जरूरत नहीं है ना। Once I awaken to the truth, yes, I'll come to use the world to love you, to serve you. सर्वधर्मान परित्यज्य मामेकम शरणम व्रज. And we have seen it time and again, maybe hundreds of times, that our best contribution to the world is by ourselves evolving spiritually. Practical theory and practice. इससे बढ़कर हमारे से लोक कल्याण और किसी में नहीं. And please understand it, it is not a monotonous repetition. It is true that when I contribute to the world materialistically, I am liability only. That's very subtle thing everybody will not understand and accept. We should understand. Like as a scientist, if I create a bhoga vastu and give it to the world, I made a world bhogi only. But that was not my intention. Your intention may not be that, but that produce has misguided people millions. So you become a part of that sin. जिसने राइफल पिस्तौल को डिस्कवर किया, उसने कभी नहीं सोचा कि उससे मास शूटिंग होगा. But mass shooting to ho raha hai na, so he will be a part of that sin. So don't do anything worldly. I cannot be a contributor to the world in any materialistic thing. That's a highly sensible intellectual understanding. You know, anything, even professions, every profession. You know, आप हंसोगे मेरी बात सुनकर. Even you may refute with me or argue with me, try to disprove. But it's a fact that I want to become a doctor. Means what? Means what? I want the people to become patients. Isn't it? That is a true, that's a fact actually. You know one secret? When all the medical doctory or knowledge stops, there's no doctor to treat everyone. Every patient himself will become doctor. They won't do any nonsense to become disease because कोई है ही नहीं इलाज करने वाला. तो let me take care of myself. Therefore, every doctor is expecting and promoting the people to become patients. Otherwise, he will become patient or impatient. I'm just telling you from the different angle and standpoint as to how to pull our mind away even from this so-called let me serve the world this way, that way. This all we are telling only to justify that our real service to the world is when we grow spiritually and when we help the world grow spiritually. Like Krishna. What is the best way Krishna helped Pandavas? Is it by getting them the victory in the war? Is it by getting them the Rajyam? No, no, no. It's only by giving this knowledge of Dharma and Paramadharma. है ना? Think about it. Anybody it is. It can be your own very close blood relations, spouse, wife, children, कोई भी हो भैया. अब किन किन चीजों में उनको कब तक मदद करते रहते हो at the cost of your own spiritual growth. All that is allowed up to the age of 50, 55 max. The remaining, whatever the amount of spare time or what do you call that grace period Bhagavan has graciously given us, it has to be utilized only for this. Think about it. So today is our one thought. This will be carried forward tomorrow or day after also. Adding to it the continuous thoughts is that the resources, the human life, etc., it is we who have to realize that in above everything else, let me enjoy these last whatever 15, 20, 30 years I live in doing best to my spiritual growth. है ना? And again, outrightly, suddenly सब कुछ नहीं होता. Keeping that goal, slowly, slowly, slowly you do. Isn't it yesterday you saw all the three matches India won cricket में. And the latest last one, जो भी वो World Cup जीते. It's not overnight happened. Isn't it? That was beautiful thing. The 52 years they struggled to defeat and get the World Cup 52 runs से. That's what कब से start हुआ वो? How many times they faltered in the beginning only. They couldn't even come to the semis. Finally, two times finals में आए. But then not. And yesterday it was, every of the good matured people were saying, though we won the cup, it's a continuation of what our earlier generations have done. It was really elating to listen. In the same way, suddenly it doesn't happen. Brick by brick, we have to build. The building happens when consciously, knowingly, brick by brick, we do it. Knowing and consciously doing is important. है ना? सडनली सब छोड़कर आप ध्यान में बैठोगे तो दैट टेरेबल फेरोशियस माइंड विल रिएक्ट सो मच. पागल बनेगा बंदा. एज आई सेड, फ्रॉम द फिफ्थ गियर ऑफ द कार सडनली यू कांट टेक यू टर्न. मर जाएंगे एक्सीडेंट होकर. फाइंड योर ओन वे. बी यू आर इंटेलिजेंट. फ्रॉम चाइल्डहुड ऑनवर्ड्स यू आर थिंकिंग. एवरीबॉडी थिंक्स इज इंटेलिजेंट. इफ सो देन यूज इट in building brick by brick the building of one's own spiritual edifice. Spiritual, underline spiritual. We will not recommend any other achievements. If you don't like it, don't come here. In our classes only shastra shravanadhyayana, and through that tattva prapti, that is only goal. How can I tell you to do this and that and achieve this and that? I insult myself that way. It's an insult to you that you came to me. If you come to me, you can't get any guidance. Every guidance is misguidance only. हम तो यही कहेंगे बस, आध्यात्मिक धन्यता, स्पिरिचुअल फुलफिलमेंट, है ना? टाइम, इट्स हाई टाइम ऑलरेडी. बस कुछ कुछ लोग अपने लाइफ में होते हैं ना कि दे से इनफ ऑफ योर माय फ्रेंडशिप विथ यू, नो आई एम बिजी. Sometimes vocally they say, many times they don't say, but they involve, like your own close friend. हाँ उसका शादी हो गया. No, he's so busy with his wife and in-laws. They're calling him for all programs. They coming home, and by the time that stupid child is born, अब वो उतना बिजी होता है देखते देखते he is not available to you. Whom daily 6-8 hours used to spend with you. Within 3-4 years you will see that हफ्ते में 10 दिन में एक बार भी फोन नहीं करता. Jai is correct. He has become busy in his different life. Same way, we have to be in a way from the whole world, that we have to be available only for the gurus and the God to mold us, to become spiritual murti. अभी संसार मूर्ति तो बनकर है, अभी आध्यात्मिक मूर्ति है ना. What is your name, Mr. AM? What is AM? Adhyatmika Murti in the making. Isn't it? अभी तक PM थे हम, प्रपंच मूर्ति. अब AM बनो. SM थे पहले, संसार मूर्ति. अभी अध्यात्म मूर्ति. Isn't it? Use anything. कभी कभी some thoughts will help some people. Very dignified, respectful, reverential thinking sometimes help. कि मुझे ये करना है, वो करना है, ये पाना है. कभी कभी the negative also help taking the help is important, whether it is happening in a positive manner or negative. What is the negative way is गाली देना अपने आप को, which we do it ना. I'm good for nothing, useless fellow, wasting my time. शर्म आना चाहिए मुझे. कल को in front of gurus and God, I have to stand, and when they ask me, what answer I can give? So if these things work, use them. Sometimes they work. Sometimes the other things work. Arey, what a great talents, abilities I have. I'm not using it all them, the right use of them. I'm just using only for the other things. These things also work. Sometimes the other emotions that so much of blessing Guru God giving, should I not make them happy? अब देखो जो जिस समय काम करता है उसको यूज करो. फाइनली our time should be spent for our true inner journey. And again, whenever such topics are discussed, every time, million times, we repeatedly say, when you ask, Swamiji, what is this spiritual journey? Is mastering the upadhis and going beyond them to see the substrate. That's it. In a nutshell. ये है साधना. इसको अचीव करने के लिए जो भी करते हैं वो साधना होता है. Think. Thank you. Friends, in our today's third thing, the ninth of the graha, we will invoke the grace. We have done the Vedic chanting, common sense thought, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now the Dhyana Puraka mantra Charana is the Ketu Graha. Rahu we have seen yesterday. Today is Ketu Graha. Yesterday was Ardhakayam Mahaviram Chandraditya Vimardanam Simhika Garbha Sambhutam Tam Rahum Pranamamya. Okay. Today, the last mantra, the Navagraha Stotra mein, the mantra I will chant and explain, and we will chant them together. Om Falasha Pushpa Sankasham Falasha Pushpa Sankasham Tarakagrahamastakam Raudram Raudratmakam Ghoram Tam Ketum Pranamamyaham. This is the mantra. Falasha Pushpa Sankasham. Falasha Pushpa के समान है ना. That reddish Palasha Pushpa it is called. Red color में it has different name. हिंदी में इंग्लिश में बहुत इतना अग्नि ज्वाला की तरह होता है. That's why it's called as the fire of forest. जंगल का ज्वाला पुष्प. They give name. That Ketu Graha is in that red color. Then Palasha Pushpa Sankasham. Second, Taraka Graha Mastakam. He has no Mastaka, but he is the Mastaka of Taraka and Graha. Or Taraka and Graha are there acting or looking like the Mastaka to him. Both ways. He is the Mastaka, head of Tarakas and Grahas. He will make them dance to his tunes. Or Tarakas and Grahas are Mastaka to him because Ketu Graha is only the below portion other than the head. Because Rahu is that head portion. In spiritual parlance, the Rahu Ketu are Adrushta Grahas. They are not that way seen physically. राहु ग्रह बाकी सब दिखाते हैं लेकिन ये दोनों नहीं. सो तारका ग्रह मस्तकम. देन रौद्रम इज रुद्र रूप हमेशा. देन अगेन रौद्रात्मकम. नॉट ओनली इन द रूप बट इन द परफॉर्मेंस आल्सो इज रुद्र रूप. And Rudra, while studying Rudram, we will explain meaning so many times. If we are not devotee of God and if we are living adharma life, the Lord shows his Rudra Rupa on us by punishing us. So too when we are bhakta and doing dharma, same Rudra Rupa he uses to destroy our enemies. That is how the Rudrata, like Ganapati also. When we are honest devotees, he will remove the vignas. If we are not, then he only will put the vignas. That's why it's called Vigna Vinayaka. Vigna giver or Vigna remover depends on what are you. Everywhere, no? The parents love you, help you more when you are working hard, serving well, doing well. They only will scold when we don't do well. इसी तरह रौद्रम रौद्रात्मकम एंड घोरम. घोर मीन्स ही इज टेरेबल. ओ केतु ग्रह पकड़ लिया तो गया वो जिंदगी. एंड समटाइम्स he is Maranakaraka, but for the sadhakas it is said, he is the one who is the giver of mukti also. केतु ग्रह आपके जीवन में टुवर्ड द एंड अगर पोजेस कर रहे हैं, सो दे से दैट ही इज अ मोक्ष कारक. तम केतुम प्रणमाम्यहम. To that ketu graha I am saluting. So whatever I have understood intellectually or not, never mind. Accept the presence of that ketu graha and his power and ask him to bless, to remove negative, to give the positive, and to forgive for all follies so far done. ये तो common है ना. And help to ask to help in spiritual growth. Thank you. Om Palasha Pushpa Sankasham Tarakagrahamastakam Raudram Raudratmakam Ghoram Tam Ketum Pranamamyaham. Om Palasha Pushpa Sankasham Tarakagrahamastakam Raudram Raudratmakam Ghoram Tam Ketum Pranamamyaham. ॐ पलाशपुष्पसङ्काशं तारकाग्रहमस्तकं रौद्रं रौद्रात्मकं घोरं तं केतुं प्रणमाम्यहम्. ॐ पलाशपुष्पसङ्काशं तारकाग्रहमस्तकं रौद्रं रौद्रात्मकं घोरं तं केतुं प्रणमाम्यहम्. ॐ पलाशपुष्पसङ्काशं तारकाग्रहमस्तकं रौद्रं रौद्रात्मकं घोरं तं केतुं प्रणमाम्यहम्. ॐ पलाशपुष्पसङ्काशं तारकाग्रहमस्तकं रौद्रं रौद्रात्मकं घोरं तं केतुं प्रणमाम्यहम्. ॐ पलाशपुष्पसङ्काशं तारकाग्रहमस्तकं रौद्रं रौद्रात्मकं घोरं तं केतुं प्रणमाम्यहम्. ॐ पलाशपुष्पसङ्काशं तारकाग्रहमस्तकं रौद्रं रौद्रात्मकं घोरं तं केतुं प्रणमाम्यहम्. ॐ पलाशपुष्पसङ्काशं तारकाग्रहमस्तकं रौद्रं रौद्रात्मकं घोरं तं केतुं प्रणमाम्यहम्. ॐ पलाशपुष्पसङ्काशं तारकाग्रहमस्तकं रौद्रं रौद्रात्मकं घोरं तं केतुं प्रणमाम्यहम्. ॐ पलाशपुष्पसङ्काशं तारकाग्रहमस्तकं रौद्रं रौद्रात्मकं घोरं तं केतुं प्रणमाम्यहम्. ॐ पलाशपुष्पसङ्काशं तारकाग्रहमस्तकं रौद्रं रौद्रात्मकं घोरं तं केतुं प्रणमाम्यहम्. Ha, all grahas we have seen. One we missed, and why Vyasaji also missed, I don't know. In that Navagraha Stotra, he has not mentioned about the Mother Earth herself. So tomorrow, that Samudra Vasane mantra of Mother Earth also we will chant. Narayana. Now our fourth aspect. Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Om Yerime Gurubhi Purvam Shankaram Shankaracharyam Nidaye Sarva Vidyanam Shruti Smriti Purananam Bhavata Janata Suhita Bhavita Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Parabrahmane Samasta Brahmavidyacharyeभ्यो श्वेताश्वतराचार्येभ्यो नमः. संकल्पः तेषां कृपया. उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोधेन मोक्ष प्राप्ति सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वाध्यात्मिक प्रगति धर्म संस्थापकानां निरंतर दिग्विजयः समस्त मंदिरादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुघ्न समूल निर्मूलन भारतवर्ष विश्वे वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठा अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्म दिग्विजयः ब्रह्मादीनां प्रतिभक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थं कृष्णयजुर्वेदे श्वेताश्वतर उपनिषदः भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थं करिष्यामहे। ओम नित्यानंदं निराधारं निखिलाधारम् अव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकंठं नमाम्यहं पारायणमथ पंचमोऽध्यायः। Friends, in the chanting, fifth chapter, we are chanting, isn't it? Mm, ah, chant from 13th mantra onwards. Only two are there. Or 11th से पढ़ो. ओम संकल्पन स्पर्शन दृष्टि मोहैः ग्रासाम्बुवृष्ट्यात्म विवृद्धि जन्म कर्मानुगान्यनुक्रमेण देहि स्थानेषु रूपाण्यभिसम्प्रपद्यते स्थूलानि सूक्ष्माणि बहूनि चैव रूपाणि देहि स्वगुणैर्वृणोति क्रियागुणैरात्मगुणैश्च तेषां संयोगहेतुरपरोऽपि दृष्टः अनाद्यनन्तं कलिलस्य मध्ये विश्वस्य स्रष्टारमनेकरूपं विश्वस्यैकं परिवेष्टितारं ज्ञात्वा देवं मुच्यते सर्वपाशैः भावग्राह्यमनीडाख्यं भावाभावकरं शिवं कलासर्गकरं देवं ये विदुस्तेजहुस्तनुम्. Sixth chapter, the first two mantras were Om Swabhavameke Kavayo Vadanti Kalam Tathanye Parimukhyamanah Devasesha Mahimatu Loke Yenedam Brahmyate Brahmachakram Yenavrutam Nityamidam Hi Sarvam Jnah Kalakaro Guni Sarvavidyah Teneshitam Karma Vivartateha Pratyaptejo Nilakani Chintyam. This third, fourth line, just 2 minutes we need to discuss to become very clear about it. First two lines also, so many things are told which were very sublime, we exhaustively studied. The third four line में ये नेशितम कर्म विवर्तते ह पृथ्व्यप्तेजो निलकानि नित्यम और चिंत्यम. So, Prithvyap, Tejo, Anila, Khani, they are all Panchamahabhutas. About these Panchamahabhutas, understand two things. One is what? Later on, from this Panchamahabhuta only, the entire gross world is made. Whether it is world of lokas, world of objects, world of shariras. Second side, these Panchamahabhutas, the other side of it. The earlier side of it is what? The grosser ones came from subtler ones. So Prithvi from the Jala, Jala from the Agni, Agni from the Vayu, Vayu from the Akasha. The Akasha came from the Samashti Ahankara. That came from the Mahatattva. That came from the Maya. Okay. Now here, Rishi Upanishadkara talking from about the Panchamahabhutas. But we have to understand what he means is Panchamahabhutas as effects from the causes starting from Maya. Panchamahabhutas as causes for the effects called as the entire world of Rupana. So, Panchamahabhuta named here Prutyap Tejo Nilakani Nityam. It's only symbol or indication. By that Prutyap Tejo Nilakani Panchamahabhuta, what we should understand? All the things before Panchamahabhutas and all the things after Panchamahabhutas. Therefore, Entire world of idam, you can talk it as. So all of that now is the thing on which the Paramatma acts upon. So the thing on which I act upon is called as karma. I am the karta. And the action which is done is kriya, which in general other places we call it as karma. And, remember the two meanings of the word karma. The most common meaning which we take up the meaning of the karma is action only. But the grammatical meaning of karma, which is used here, is the thing on which I act. Therefore, starting from the Maya up to the gross world of names and forms, all of them are the things on which Paramatma is acting upon. Okay? Then, because Bhagavan is acting upon them, they are all called as karma. Therefore, what is the meaning of the total sentence? Yene Shitam. It is the Ishana of this Paramatma, because of which this karma means the things on which Bhagavan is acting, they are all going to become the effects through the Vivarta Karya Karana Sambandha. Every one of them, starting from beginning. Remember, Brahman remaining as Brahman, still his Shakti expresses from him. Shakti, the Maya, remaining as intact, still expresses as Mahatattva. Mahat, intact remaining, still expresses as Samashti Aham. तो जैसे का वैसा होता हुआ ही ग्रास के रूप में एक्सपेक्ट होना, दैट्स कॉल्ड विवर्तता. So all this vivartana is happening by his Ishana. The Mahat into Tanmatras into the Panchamahabhutas. Now you said. And then Panchamahabhutas Vivarta is, as we just now said, entire gross world of the lokas and objects and shariras. All the worlds, all the objects in the world, and all the shariras of the beings, they are all from the Panchamahabhuta. So are the Panchamahabhuta getting parivartita? No, they are not getting parivartita. Therefore, they are all Vivarta Karana. And the Karyas are the entire world of Rupana. Therefore, what is the whole thought again? Yena Eshitam. It is Paramatma's Ishana and not it is their independent active action that the Panchamahabhutas are going through the Vivarta Karana to become the world of names and forms. So, Yene Shitam, the Panchamahabhuta named karma Vivartate to become the Rupanama. Why the word Vivartana has to be used? Because finally, with all the world's Srishti Sthiti Laya, the Brahman should remain intact for everyone and anyone to any time realize. And the thing remaining intact, yet the things are projected on it, it's called as Vivarta Karana. So therefore, Paramatma himself is Vivarta Karya Karana, Vivarta Karana for the Karya Rupi Jagat. In that tone he wanted to say, the Rishi, but he said only one thing. Yeah, Pancha Mahabhutas are the karma on which Paramatma's Ishana is acting. Therefore, it is the Ishana of the Paramatma, ruling of Paramatma, that the Pancha Mahabhutas, the karma, are going through the Vivarta, Karana, and becoming the Karana cause for the entire Upanama Jagat. तो येन ईशितम पृथ्व्यप्तेजो निलकानि कर्म विवर्तते. So the other aspect of it is what? The entire universe till the jiva is made. है ना? The entire universe till the jiva is made. All the manifestation of the universe is Paramatma's Ishana. And right from Maya up to this Panchamahabhutas, it is his Ishana that the whole grass world is made. First. Second is, once Jiva is made, now Jiva is given knowledge, freedom, resources. He goes on doing work, karma. अब उनको अपने कर्म के अनुसार शरीर मिल रहा है ना, एंड दैट शरीरास विच जीवा गेट्स व्हाट, है ना, according to jiva's karmas they are getting sharir, but to this karma this sharira should be given. It is his again ishana. Okay, so two portions. You and I, the jivas, have not yet come. Let us. Before that, the entire world is made by the Paramatma's Ishana, only out of Maya and out of the Panchamahabhutas. अब जीव बना यू एंड आई, एंड यू आर गिवन बॉडीज, हम सबको शरीर हर जन्म में मिल रहा है ना, तो दैट शरीर इज गिवन टू अस बाय द लॉर्ड depending on our karma. But to this karma, this Sharira should be given. That is his Ishana. Therefore, the conclusion yesterday we saw, or the consequence of this thing yesterday, day before we saw, if you are aware, is what? Know that every Sharira, therefore, was given by the Lord and gracefully accept it. Then think about what for that Sharira is given, do that only. Second point. Third, if you want better and better shariras, he told us through Shastras that is tarah karo, you get better shariras, you deserve them. Do that. And if you want Devata Sharira, then these are the upasanas you do, you will get it. That's not the scheme and system of the world made by the Lord. So do it, then you will get it. So three things. If you want a higher body, do what he says. Second is, whatever the body he has given, accept it that he has given to you as you deserve. Third, with the given body, what is to be done the best to do that. If these three we do, then we are practicing Ishvara's Ishanatva. We are not maintaining a separate ego individuality, मेरी मर्जी मैं जो चाहता हूँ करूंगा, वो नहीं चलता है. It is his Ishana. If I behave like buffalo, he will make me buffalo. If I behave like divine, he will make me divine. That's the, you connect this to the second chapter of Gita, what seventh mantra? Karmanyevadikaraste ma phaleshu kadach. The Phaladata is Paramatma. So yene sitam karma vivartateha pratyaptejo nilakani. So pratyaptejo nilakani karma yena isitam vivartate. See, the Pancha Mahabhutas are becoming the Ananta Koti Brahmandas as well as the Sharira of even a small amoeba or the mosquito or even an ant. वो ant का शरीर देखो कितना छोटा है और उसमें भी पंचमहाभूत. How those panchamahabhutas, the karma, became that vivarta sharira of that small ant, even smaller than the ant. You can see sometime जब लाइट डालते हो शाम को, इतने छोटे छोटे कीड़े होते. कभी कभी तो यू कैन सी राइट नाउ ऑन योर बुक से आई कैन सी स्मॉल, इतना माइक्रो. फॉर अस कंपेयरिंग टू आवर बॉडी इट लुक्स टू स्मॉल, और उसके लिए वही महान है. एंड दैट बॉडी इट गॉट बाय द ईश्वरास ईशना. द कर्मा द पंचमामुतास became that sharira for that jiva as ishita by the Lord. Therefore, don't fight with the Lord. Learn this lesson in life. We fight with the Lord for both the things, what He has given out of our karma and what He tells us to do. वो जो करने को कहते हैं वो नहीं करते हैं, वहां भी लड़ते हैं हम. और जो दिया उनसे वो नहीं स्वीकार करते, उससे भी हम लड़ते हैं. एंड द वन हु फाइट्स विद द गॉड, ही विल फाइट विद एवरीवन, है ना. एंड एनी फाइटिंग वी ऑलवेज गेट डिफीटेड because the thought of fighting itself is defeating. There was nothing to fight in this world. Just tune to the divine, enjoy that life. Like I fight with my children, you are already defeated because children are not for fighting. I fight with my wife, that anyway you are defeated. For two reasons. One, you can never win. Second is, wife is not for fighting. है ना? What is there in this world for us to fight? Except our inner negativities, immaturities. कहीं से हमें लड़ना ही नहीं है. हम लड़ते हैं भगवान से, Whatever he gives, we complain with him. And whatever he tells us to do, we don't do. It should be actually other way around. We should do what he tells and we should take what he gives. We do the other way around. We complain for whatever he gives and we never do what he says. A typical pampered, destroyed, tampered child. Like your pampered, tampered grandchild. वो एग्जैक्टली वही करता है जो आपने नहीं कहा, जो आपको अच्छा नहीं लगता, एंड हर चीज मांगता है जो आप देना नहीं चाहते. Think. I really these shlokas, when you ponder over how many things they reveal to us. Okay, now the conclusion is what? The world is not accidental. The world is not automatic. The world is not jada. The world is having the Ishvara behind it to see, monitor every aspect, every moment. Like I am there in my life to monitor with ignorance or wisdom or stupidity, that is secondary. लेकिन मैं नामक एक लिविंग बीइंग हूं कि नहीं, so too for the entire universe there is Ishvara. Okay, when you transcend the universe, then Ishvara's Ishvaratva goes away. What remains is the pure Brahman. That's our goal. In the evening, Yoga Vasishtha, that's the topic we are discussing. Hmm. Same is said in our yoga. Taravali also. Nadanusandana namostu tubhyam तत्वपदस्य त्वाम साधनम तत्वपदस्य जाने. देन तद अनुग्रहेण प्राण सहित मन लयते विष्णुपदे में. You see that? So, did you feel at least little of this third, fourth line? येने शितम तेने शितम कर्म विवर्तते. Earlier shloka was येने शितम ब्राह्म्यते ब्रह्मचक्रम. Here तेने शितम कर्म विवर्तते पृथ्व्यप्तेजो निलखानि. And then in this way, chintyam, contemplate. So this type of thinking is contemplation. That thinking where immanently it is Ishvara who is doing everything. And that thinking where transcendentally the presence of Brahman. That thinking is called chintyam chintanam. And any other thinking wherein I sustain my individuality, I develop my desires for the world, I try to procure them. In the bargain, I totally forget the thought about the Ishvara. That is not chintyam or chintanam. That is worrying. That is brooding. In English, sorry, yes, in Sanskrit, the chintanam is vichara. The worrying, brooding is called vikara. We should jump from the vikara into the vichara. When I think about myself and the world, it is vikara. When I think about the Ishvara of the manifest world, the Brahman beyond the world is called as Vicharana. Brahma Vicharana, Ishvara Aradhana we have to do. Not the Mano Vikara and Loka Bhoga Ityadi. They are all misguidances. Let this knowledge, which is so superficial in us right now, in spite of so many years of listening, enter deep into our recesses and system so much that pakka now we live life of vicharana to see the Ishvara immanent and to experience the Ishvara Parabrahma transcendental. उसके अलावा कुछ भी हमारी जिंदगी में नहीं होना चाहिए. सो तेने शितम कर्म प्रतिव्यक्त जो निरकानि कर्म असौ विवर्तते इति चिंत्यम. ऑल चिंत्यम में सबको जोड़कर ये नावृतम इति चिंत्यम, देन ज्ञः इति चिंत्यम, कालकारः इति चिंत्यम, गुणी इति चिंत्यम, सर्वविद इति चिंत्यम. And we already 200 times explained this. Paramatma is Shakti and its expression in the form of the world. Those who are lost in the world, they are samsari. Those who are aware of the Shakti of Paramatma and worship Him, they are bhaktas. And those who become one with the Paramatma, they are jnani. Thank you, friends. Now, yat prathama. Now we are announcing the conclusion of second mantra. Let us go to the third mantra. Yat prathamadhyaye chintyam iti uktam. That which is said as chintyam in the first chapter also, not only in the last word of the earlier sloka. Etadeva prapanchayati. The same thing is elaborated, means how the chintana has to be done, that is told. So in the Prathamadhyaya, in the Dvitiya mantra, it comes. I am chanting it for you all. We all know that, but takes that 4 5 seconds to remember. है ना? ते ध्याना योगानुगता अपश्यन्, है ना? देवात्मशक्तिं स्वगुणैर्निगूढाम्, है ना? सी कालस्वभावो नियतिर्यदृच्छा भूतानि योनिः पुरुष इति चिन्त्या, है ना? चिंत्यम और चिंत्या. देन संयोगेशाम नत्वात्म भावात आत्माप्यनीशः सुख दुःख हेतो हो. So Bhagavan Shankara in his Bhashya for the third mantra of the sixth chapter, he says with what topic this Upanishad started, towards that only, with that only it is towards the conclusion explaining. Therefore, what is said there as Chintya, that is given to you in detail कि किसका चिंतन करना चाहिए. Already in the earlier mantra also, he is Jnaha, he is Kalakaha, he is Guni, he is Sarvavit. It is he in his Ishana only. The Prutyaptyo jo Nirgani named karmas are going into Vivarta Karana to become the Rupanama. ये सारा आपको बताया. आगे श्लोक में भी चिंतन किस परमात्मा तत्व का करना है, कैसा करना है, ये बता. And I tell you, these two shlokas have so many facets to understand, so many ways. Keeping intact Bhagavan Adi Shankara's Bhashya, many other people have independently, freely explained this shloka because it has got so many probabilities and possibilities of explanation. Shankar Bhagavan said that is ultimate. Other than that, also, like गीता में कुछ श्लोक होते हैं जो भाष्यकार के द्वारा हम पढ़ते हैं तो तत्व ज्ञान मिलता है. Along with that, in other ways, when you interpret the same shloka, other benefits also come in the form of knowledge. So these two shlokas that way tell us how we become jiva and how we can do sadhana and get moksha also. मजेदार है. Let us see how much the Lord reveals to us. Now, just chant the mantra once. Om tat karma krutva vinivartya bhuyah तत्वस्य तत्वेन समेत्य योगम् एकेन द्वाभ्यां त्रिभिरष्टभिर्वा कालेन चैवात्मगुणैश्च सूक्ष्मैः तत्कर्म कृत्वा विनिवर्त्य भूयः तत्त्वस्य तत्त्वेन समेत्य योगम् एकेन द्वाभ्यां त्रिभिरष्टभिर्वा कालेन चैवात्मगुणैश्च सूक्ष्मैः. Tomorrow straight away we start studying every word of this mantra, total mantra, then Bhashyartha, and see how much we have grasped it. Let this effort of us make us more sharp, subtler, intelligent, uh, powerful enough in our intellects, this way to understand the truth through the study of these Upanishads. Let us take for this life this project of Brahma Adhyanam through the Upanishad Adhyan. मैं तो जितने भी जन्म लगे परमात्मा पाने तक मैं तो यही करूंगा. यू कैन नॉट स्टॉप मी एंड आई विल नॉट रिकमेंड व्हाट यू कैन डू. तो आपकी मर्जी है. Even I also started believing you are intelligent nowadays. Om 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 Purnamada Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu. So the 53rd last mantra of Bhagavan's Upadesha in Gita. Come to study.